Hey everyone, today I wanted to talk a bit about I guess a more serious topic, and that's pet death. Whether it's a dog, a cat, reptile, fish, it's never easy. The reason I wanted to talk about this is because Monday, the 3rd, I had to put down my best friend of 17 years. We got Mystic. I got Mystic for Christmas in December of 2001. I was 8. And she has been by my side ever since. I moved out 2 years ago into my own place, and I left her with my parents because I knew that would be the better option for her. She had arthritis. She was old. She was 16 or 15. I knew moving would just put more stress on her. Being in a different environment, she didn't need that. So I decided to let her stay with my parents. Mystic was a black cat from a pet store. My mom and stepdad had bought her as a kitten. She was like 3 months old at the time. And she was never the cuddle type. She hated being picked up. She would claw, she would scream to be put back down. But she loved being pet. She would lay with us on our bed, on the couch. She was a social animal in our family. She didn't do well with strangers. She would always hide until she grew more mellow in her older years, and she was just like, people are over, I'm just going to stay here. The reason I'm letting you know this is because every animal has their own personality. Mystic was the grouchy old cat. She was the grandma, basically, of our cats. Last October, Sean had to put his dog down, Kia. She was 13. And she was one of the sweetest shepherds you had ever met. And they were both our first. Mystic mine and Kia his. Pets leave a very prominent imprint on you. They change a lot of how you view things, how you view animals, for instance. I grew up surrounded by cats. Sean grew up not surrounded by dogs necessarily, but in a very dog-friendly environment. That doesn't mean that we hate one or the other. I myself have never owned a dog. Sean has never owned a cat. That doesn't mean that we like them any less. And I think we were both talking the other night, and we came to the conclusion that you don't adopt animals for yourself. It'll be too hard. It already is hard enough. But you adopt animals, you take in animals for them, to better their life, to make sure that they are happy, that they are better off than they were before. You don't take in a dog just because it's something to fill the void. Don't take in an animal if you can't care for them. So many people don't realize just how expensive it is. Owning even just a cat. It was almost $300 to put Mystic down. That's not cheap. Now, and of course, we probably could have gone other measures to extend her life, but at what cost? At what point do you say it's enough? Animals give you signs. They tell you when they're tired, when they can't go on anymore. And it's our responsibility to respect that. Animals give us the clues all the time. We're just blindly ignoring them because we are selfishly extending animals' lives because we don't want them to leave us. That is not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to make sure that animals have the best life that they can have. And when it's time for them to go, we have to accept that. No amount of medicine or surgeries, it'll give them what? 2 years? But again, at what cost? Mystic's arthritis made her bow-legged. We were pretty sure she was developing diabetes and she was blind. Sure, we could have bought insulin for her. We might have been able to buy medicine for her arthritis. Would that have improved her quality of living, though? Now we're feeding her medicine unnecessarily. The point I'm trying to make here is there are enough evil people in the world who abuse and neglect their animals. For what purpose, I don't know. So we all want animals to be our companions, and I'm not saying that can't be the case. Animals give us joy. They give us so many reasons to live. But at the end of the day, we have a responsibility to them to make sure that they are well taken care of. And if they've lived a long life, Mystic's life expectancy was 13. She was going to be 18 this year. So, and we gave her the best 17 years of her life. So, I say we did a pretty damn good job keeping her happy. And of course, this can't be said for all animals. Things happen. Life happens. Sickness, disease, accidents happen. We have to be ready to accept that. Again, it's part of the responsibility. And this isn't just for cats and dogs. I'm talking about all animals. Fish, lizards, rabbits, birds. We allow them to live in our space. We give them the happiness that they deserve. Those exotic animals aren't different. Fish deserve to be happy. Lizards deserve to be happy. Birds deserve to be happy. They do not deserve to be crammed in too small of cages for them, fed twice a day without any form of enrichment. That is neglect and that is abuse. And people do not understand that. Don't have the space? Don't buy them. Get your kid a stuffed animal. Take them to the zoo or a petting farm. Do not subject that animal to neglect. No matter how much your child begs. If your child truly wants a gerbil, sure, get them a gerbil. But make sure that they understand that a gerbil is not going to live in a 2x2 cage. Animals are not meant to live in boxes. Again, I will reiterate this. Animals need us. Pets, foster animals, the entire spectrum of what we consider a domestic animal. We did this to them. We took them out of their natural habitat and domesticated them for us. The least we can do is make sure that they have the best fucking life. And again, it's not cheap. But we have to be willing to sacrifice money, time, put effort into making sure that those animals live as well as possible. And again, like I said, accidents happen. We cannot control certain things that happen to our pets. Sometimes it is beyond our control. That is not what I'm talking about. I am talking about your 13-year-old dog laying on the ground, hardly breathing because they can't go up the stairs anymore, but you will not allow them to pass away while they're still here. You won't let them have the dignity of dying while they still breathe. Because, oh, they're not bleeding, they're not vomiting, they still can move. That doesn't mean anything. You know it. You know when your animal is suffering. Don't be selfish. I'll probably get backlash for this. Maybe not. But tell me what you guys think. What are your thoughts on this? On keeping animals alive for the sake of keeping them alive. For family. Rather than letting them finally be able to move on. Comment below if you agree or disagree. Let me know what you think. See you next time, guys. Peace.